Ladies and gentlemen, our first match is on the right arm in the light heavyweight division and truly international matchup of champions. We'd like to firstly welcome this man, making his second appearance here. Please give a round of applause and welcome this multiple national, European and world champion, the towering Georgi Tautiev. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, now making his way to the table, is one of the most popular arm wrestlers on the modern circuit. He is hailing from and representing the great arm wrestling nation of Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Zurab Tavberidze.
Right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King of the Table 14. I'm joined alongside Mr. Ryan Bowen. How are you, young man?
Man, I am doing so well. This is such an amazing card tonight. And this opening match, Georgi Tautiev, Zurab Tavberidze, it will not disappoint. We've got the leverage difference between these two guys is extraordinary. They've faced each other before. Travis, it's about to get started.
The peaks and valleys of professional arm wrestling on display here. We have all seen Zurab before the injury, kind of the face when it came to East vs. West sports. Now, only a few 6 months ago, we saw Georgi Tautiev in a match with Irakli, the absolute champ in this class. This is a tough task for Zurab for his comeback.
Now let's have a look closely at the hand and wrist as they get set in this first round. You can see knuckle height is good there, very vertical knuckles there for Zurab Tavberidze. The lower arm position due to the lever length of Georgi Tautiev. Here comes the first start, early jump there. Actually, an early jump on Tautiev. Thought it was going to be on Zurab, but here we go. First start of the night, King of the Table 14.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eye on the hand and wrist of the tall fella. It is extraordinary. You won't see much there. Zurab knowing the connection is probably most importantly done in the strap. He gets the job done. Not a lot of show there. We can see Zurab definitely wanting the strap, Ryan. We'll see if it's effective or not.
Yeah, now this first match of the night, always, you've got to set the mood. So both these guys will be feeling the nerves, okay? They've got to get some sweat on their foreheads and get ramped up, ready to go. That first one there, no intent at all from Zurab to hold on to Georgi Tautiev. Holding on to him would be a nightmare for someone without the leverage that he possesses. He's got such a long arm, a lot of control in his hand, but once they get tied together, this is where Zurab's power comes out.
No doubt, and something to think about here. When you hit underneath your opponent and slip underneath, usually it becomes harder and harder as the rounds goes on. Georgi definitely giving a little bit of back pressure there, making sure that he could get the hand and wrist. If he understands now that Zurab has no intention of getting the grip, watching the later rounds if Georgi starts to lean forward and not make that such an easy thing to do. Here we go, in the straps. Cobra Rose once mentioned a long time ago, the straps tells no lies, Ryan Bowen. We're going to find out right now if Zurab, coming off that injury, is ready to go.
Yeah, here we go, that start moments away. Now Zurab with the high knuckle position, the foot up on the head, ready for side pressure. The count, early start once again on Georgi Tautiev. That is the the second warning there, I believe. But let's see how this start plays out. Zurab, we can see he's setting. He's got the high knuckle position. He wants to get that side pressure engaged as early as possible. Georgi Tautiev looking for the counter, the drag, the open arm, the sort of low hand top roll. He's going to attack the hand and wrist of the Georgian.
Elbow back. Elbow back.
Okay, referees setting the shoulders now. You can see the knuckle position there. You can see clear knuckles on both athletes. We're good to go. Georgi Tautiev look for the explosive top roll. Side pressure from Zurab off the go there. And there's that shoulder connection. The defensive top roll now from Tautiev is set. Zurab unable to get through, and Tautiev starting to take control of center, regaining height. And as the side pressure, Zurab concedes. Too good there. Georgi Tautiev 1-0.
No doubt. So 2 things to note here. You don't get title shots in East vs. West sports for any reason except you're a super bad dude. Showing you right now, Georgi is here to arm wrestle for some reason though. Every time that I'm watching this young gentleman win or lose, he looks like he is in severe pain afterwards, and this is
almost like a headache sort of appearance there on Georgi Tautiev. Not sure what this is, but we'll watch it closely as the match unfolds. But Zurab, we know he broke his arm a couple of years ago. Is there any demons that's still in there? Like, could he dig in deeper? Could he jam up tighter? Yeah. Where's his mind right now?
No doubt. Well, I mean, here's the real deal. If you take any time off in this sport we are living in now, any time is too much time. Zurab have an uphill battle here coming off the injury, and there are no easy wins here. When it comes to the king of the table, let's be honest, even a simple invite, Ryan, is a highlight of one's career. We've seen a guy all the way at the top, now a year post-injury, trying to get back, but every step that you take in these murky waters, there are sharks. And this guy is an unbelievable athlete, and in the past, we've seen extremely tall athletes, as they mature, as they get over, in their 30s, they become bigger men. We've seen it most certainly with Vitaly Leledin. This is one of these type of guys. Do not be surprised if Georgi takes care of business here and gets back on that road to getting yet another title shot.
Yeah, I remember seeing Georgi Tautiev in the 85 kilo class in WAF many years ago, and he looked amazing then, but now here he is in the 105 kilo class. So as you say, still filling out, and with such a tall frame, still plenty to go. We might see him as a super heavyweight puller in the years to come. But right now, back on this match, for Zurab Tavberidze, does he go same thing, only harder, or is he going to look for a change? Maybe some pronated back pressure like a Todd Hutchins style. I'm not sure if he possesses that, or is he going to just dig in, try again once more that same lane?
Yeah, I think he tries to find out, was that cringe in the elbow of Georgi a real thing? Right now, we see Georgi stretching it out a little bit, so if there's any hope, if you're in Zurab's corner, keep pressing, young man. Maybe we can break this tall giant here with an absolute crazy pronator, great hand and wrist strength in the straps here, showing superb balance. What an absolute great athlete in Georgi.
Okay, here we go now. Round number 2. You can see the low arm angle of Tautiev due to the height, but he doesn't lack any back pressure or duration, and there he gets it set. But once again, he's early on the starts. He's very sharp with those starts, and both rounds now with those early starts. There's that awkward jump there, a bit of pain. I'm not sure if that is something there in Georgi Tautiev, but you can see how his body posture, how tall he is. He really has to sink down quite a long way, and that arm angle is very low, where Zurab has that high knuckle position, just trying to find a way to contain the pronator of Georgi Tautiev. But Georgi Tautiev looking good, but something perhaps a niggle of pain somewhere. Here we go. There's the start, second early start. They're going to do the foul there on Georgi Tautiev. He has to relax and just calm down. He seems like he's in control, but he's jumpy, Travis.
No doubt. And listen, we've all been there. It's one thing for the fans, for the commentators to look and see how easy it appears. It's another thing to be there and understand that one small movement, one slight delay in the start, and he's in that hook. Pretty good start. Zurab's got a lot more punches. He's going to try. He can't come up from this. Let's go. Zurab start grinding, but once again, the leverage. Such an amazing finish there. Georgi just long enough to cut the angle off. That was a better start for Zurab, but that can still 0 holding it in. It looks pretty promising for Georgi.
Yeah, it looks good for Georgi Tautiev, but Zurab Tavberidze coming extremely close to getting a pin there. That first and second drive, he really did get close, and he just needed a touch more containment of the pronator of Georgi Tautiev, and it would have been game over. But again, Georgi Tautiev with a fantastic counter-attack absorbs Zurab's offensive drives. Then as soon as Zurab's hand starts to gas, he takes control of height, takes control of center, and has that side pressure himself. I feel like Zurab, though, he's wearing Tautiev down. There's still hope.
Not only is there hope, if you believe in that legend, that myth of the buckle being a problem, we look at the buckle, him having the buckle, a complete overwhelming start in round 1, then in round 2, without the buckle, able to get a better purchase. So listen, if you want to root for Zurab, let's just say that it is working. Keep grinding, young man. This is the time, though. Not only do you need to take control of round 3, but you need to do it in a fashion where round 4 and round 5 are also attainable. This is definitely the round. It's do or die here in round 3 anyway, but there is some significance with the buckle and round 2 being a little bit better for the young man.
Yeah, you can see Zurab already standing at the table. He's ready to go. He doesn't need the minute. He wants to let that accumulated fatigue that's in Georgi Tautiev be there. That's a good sign. If you're a Zurab fan right now, the fact that he stepped up to the table first tells you that he believes he can still get this match. And right now, as you said, Travis, it is a do or die moment. So buckle on Georgi Tautiev's hand. Let's see how this one plays out.
Down.
A good calm energy still from Zurab Tavberidze, we can see. No panic in him there. A few deeper breaths there from Georgi Tautiev. There's always that concern, Travis, isn't it, when you're one pin away from the victory, but you can sense in yourself, my fuel's getting low. You start to think, I need to get this, I need to do this clean.
Absolutely. That third win, I think, subconsciously is always the toughest. The more dominant you were in round 1 and round 2, the more willing to compromise you may be in round 3. From what we saw from round 2, any sort of purchase that is any better than round 2's purchase from Zurab will result in a win. This is a big opportunity for Zurab to make something of this match.
Lots of early starts. Again, every round now, Georgi Tautiev, perhaps a tactic, perhaps he's just trying to feel and confirm the lane exactly, or perhaps he's trying to put a few more bullets in the hand of Zurab Tavberidze to ensure that he's able to get the defensive position set. But either way, Zurab Tavberidze very focused, very much ready for this round. You can see the knuckles up position, you expect the side pressure off the go. Same thing we've seen rounds 1 and 2. Let's see if he can get through this time.
Needs some control early and needs to bleed out the young man. That was a little bit better. I like it.
See Georgi Tautiev there, slapping the bicep, trying to get that arm to wake up. There's no doubt some lactic acid buildup in there. That brachialis starts to flood. You start to think, come on, just one more. But Tautiev, with the opportunity now, and Zurab is sensing perhaps blood in the water.
Let's go. Be a great way to wake up this crowd here in Istanbul and really get the night started.
Second early start on Georgi Tautiev taking the foul. That's all 3 rounds. He's accumulated at least 1 foul due to early starts. Zurab chatting now with Tautiev.
A win's a win. I'm not saying it wouldn't be good for Zurab, but what would be better is to really take advantage of the strap advantage with this buckle. He'd like for this match to get started, for him to actually win and take some gas out of Georgi.
Here we go, there is the start, and good defensive position from Tautiev. The wrist goes underneath, and there's an elbow foul on Zurab Tavberidze. Probably a tactical elbow foul there. He sensed that the hand was not in a good position, and he knows that this is the last round, do or die for him. So deliberate elbow foul there, gets the restart.
Yeah, and it was a great start from Zurab here. Listen, the biggest thing, we've talked about it here, ever since I've joined this broadcast, it's been an immediate thing. Arm wrestling, the most important thing is who you're arm wrestling. Zurab, an amazing athlete, coming off an horrific injury and showing that he's still a bad dude. Remember, Georgi was just months away from having a title shot. with Irakli, but it remains the same. When you get into this arena, on that stage, Ingen Terzi and Robert Baxter have created an environment that there are nothing but killer sharks running the water. This guy is a killer shark for Zurab. The most important thing is who you're arm wrestling. He's arm wrestling a guy that is clearly better today. If he has what it takes to come back now, it would take 3 consecutive wins every start. We see an amazing controlled pronation from Georgi. Listen, I'm not a fortune teller, Ryan Bowen, but I'm telling you right now, my money is on Georgi.
Yeah, I can understand why. Based on that last start, Tautiev seemed to get an excellent amount of control. Despite having the buckle side, he was able to really establish a very strong defensive pronation. Zurab needs to contain that pronation. He did it in round 2 much better. This round, he must get it, but so far we're seeing excellent micro adjustments from Georgi Tautiev. Now, here we go, round number 3. There's the start. Elbow foul on Zurab, that might be the second, and that will be the winner. Let's wait for it, yes. Winner, Georgi Tautiev. Opening round, or opening match of King of the Table 14, Travis. It's done.
Let's go. What a great, dominant performance from the young man. And listen, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. If you go back in time, you see wins from this guy in a remarkable fashion. The only kind of blemish on the resume is from Irakli, and that's a guy that almost everyone loses to. Let's go to Neil Pickup. Let's get a word from the champ.
Georgi. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Georgi Tautiev. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Georgi Tautiev. Georgi, impressive win. And you finally get things started here at King of the Table. I wanted to ask you, in the first round, you got the win, but it looked like you were in some kind of discomfort or pain prior to the match.
Поздравляю с победой, невероятно. Началась у тебя серия на King of the Table, поздравляю. Когда смотрел матч, в первом раунде как будто был какой-то дискомфорт, хоть ты и выиграл. Что случилось?
Спасибо всем. Спасибо всем, кто пришел посмотреть, поболеть за меня. В первую очередь. Да. Я рад, что я выиграл. Я готовился, я к этому шел. Спасибо Зурабу, что он предоставил мне такую возможность. Очень хороший спортсмен, очень давно его знаю. Самое главное, очень хороший человек. Вот. Насчет поединка, это травма кистей, которая на завязках дает еще больше о себе знать. Когда завязывают, боль усиливается, в общем. Поэтому чуть аккуратничал и по поводу кисти. А так, все с Божьей помощью прошло хорошо. Всем спасибо. Спасибо Ingen Terzi. Спасибо за организацию. Я думаю, что в весовой категории до 105 килограммов вряд ли я дальше еще когда-нибудь проиграю.
First of all, thank you for everyone who came here and supported me. I trained hard for this. I fought hard. Thank you, Zurab, for this great opportunity. I tried my best. About the injury, it's a wrist injury that I got, and it gets worse in straps, so I was being a little careful with it. And thank you, Ingen, for organizing it. I'm very thankful for these matches. And for the 105 division, I will never lose here again.
So, I wanted to ask you, obviously, you came in with a bang, you faced an incredibly difficult opponent. Tonight you faced another one, and you looked dominant. In your eyes, who is next?
Так, ты с первого вышел, у тебя был сложный матч, второй точно такой же сложный соперник, и ты выглядел довольно, ну, ты доминировал. Кто следующий в твоих глазах?
Ну, я бы, может быть, это будет нагло с моей стороны, не знаю, но я очень бы хотел побороться с Ларатом, ведь у него пояс в 105-й категории, если я не ошибаюсь. Да, и мне кажется, что его стиль борьбы под мой стиль борьбы красиво бы смотрелось, я думаю.
It may be too much to ask, but still I would go with Devon because I feel like his style of pulling, he would look great with me and we would put out a great show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your winner tonight, Georgi Tautiev.